Hello everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Trading Places, a custom Chips Challenge level set. This is something I've been eagerly anticipating for quite some time, and I've been vaguely alluding to it, or maybe not so vaguely alluding to it, depending on your perception, in a lot of my Let's Plays. And a lot of it has to do with the story behind it. So, as many of you might know who've been around for a while, I have played through a number of sets that have been designed by Jeffrey Bardon and Josh Lee. Two of these sets were designed around the same time, Ultimate Chip 6 and Josh L7, and I did Let's Plays of both of them a few years back. Well, after these sets were released, at some point along the line, Josh and Jeffrey got together and decided to make a collaborative Walls of set in which each of them made a separate set out of the walls of the other's creations. And then they would put those levels together in a giant mega set, and that's what we have here. So Josh L7 has 70 levels. Ultimate Chip 6 has 60 levels, which is kind of an easy number to remember. Of course, that only spells out 130 levels in total, and so to make up for the remainder of that, to make it a standard size level set, what Jeffrey did was he made 69 out of the 70 levels in Josh L7 into new puzzles and layouts, new puzzles based on the existing layouts. The one that he didn't use was Flareon Remastered, the final level, which kind of makes sense given the nature of it. But he added to that 6 additional levels that were based on a level apiece from Josh's Josh L1 through Josh L6 sets. I have not LP'd Josh L1, Josh L2, or Josh L3, but I do happen to know which these levels are, so we'll talk about those when we get there. So that brings his total to 75. Similarly, Josh made 60 levels after Jeffrey's 60 from Ultimate Chip 6, which left him with 15 levels more that he designed out of Ultimate Chips 1 through 5. I've not played any of those sets on camera, but I have played many of the levels off camera, and he took 3 levels apiece from each of those sets and made new ones out of their layouts. So all in all, each designer made 75 levels for a total of 150, which have been compiled into this set. Now, a full disclaimer, I have seen in the editor many of the levels in this set thanks to CCLP5 submissions, particularly Jeffrey's, and I know that might come as a surprise considering Jeffrey was more secretive about many of his levels. I also happen to know that this project was a thing that existed even before it was announced. I know Josh thought that I only knew that he was making something, but I also knew that Jeffrey was making something as well. I think one of the two had mentioned it at one point. But I had kind of figured it out just based on previews that were posted on our community Discord and whatnot. But now the final product is here. I have not looked at the DAT file for this set in the editor, by the way, because I don't want to know how the levels are ordered or anything like that. I just want to go through the set, figure out what's from what. I do know quite a few of the layouts. I have looked at the source sets beforehand so I can keep my eyes open and see what's in store. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm really excited to play through this and see how this plays out. I really love Walls of levels, so I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So this is called Ages Beyond, and this layout I want to say is Fire Glide Caves from Josh L7. This is interesting. I like how this is kind of subverting some of the expectations that we normally associate with force floor mazes as far as how you have to handle that. So let's go ahead and do that. Get out of there. I'm going to turn the sound down a little bit because I think that might be a little loud, so hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, so this one is definitely a little tricksy here. And I see that there's a bug that could potentially get inside that paramecia room, so I'm going to be extra cautious about that. I like how this has enough little tricks that you need to be kept on your toes. Ah, we have a Sokoban here. Okay. So, if I push this down, go over here, push this one... Where should we do that? Okay, let me just map this out. I see we can push this one down. We might be able to push this one here beforehand, and then maybe this one goes over there, but that leaves this, which is a little concerning. I might just want to play this out and see how it goes. Famous last words, right? Or wait, I can go the other way, too. I didn't think of that. In fact, that might be the better option here. Yeah, I think I see how you do it. I forgot you could just do it like this. There we go. I see there's a block stuck in there, probably to fill space. Okay, so we got that done. And then we have what appears to be just a maze here. So that's pretty simple. This is a nice first level. I feel like this is kind of signaling that the difficulty of this set might be fairly substantial. Oh, I remember seeing this in the trailer for this. Alright, so let's pay attention to how many we collect. It looks like we have 3 yellows, 2 blues, or 3 blues, 2 reds, and then 1 green. Okay, let's logic this out. So we have 2 reds. So I can't go through there. I have to go through here. Because if I go through here, then I've blocked off access to these 2, right? So that leaves one of the... that leaves 1 yellow for the remaining doors here. So if I go through here and use 2 blues, I could theoretically go... Okay, I can't really do that one, but I could go here. I think this is it. I have to use the 2 blues here, 1 remaining blue here, both of the 2 reds here, and the 1 remaining yellow there. I think that's the solution. Got it. Alright, that was a nice puzzle. I liked that. I always like logic puzzles like that. I think they're genuinely fun. So that must be a Jeffrey level, because Fire Glide Caves was in Josh's set, and I think that was the Walls of level itself. I want to say it was based on something that Eddie Lim had made. Alright, Solestico Forest. Is that supposed to be like celestial? Celestical. I don't know of a word celestical. Okay, this level I'm not familiar with. I see some blue walls scattered around, and then there's this area up there. I'm also, by the way, I don't believe there are any hints in the set indicating what the wall patterns are, so I'm not expecting anything like that at all. This is a cool maze. I like this idea. Okay, what level has something there in a corner? Oh, I know what this is. It's a Small World from UC6. I think that's the name, right? I remember it had 4 corners with stuff in it. Yeah, this was not in Josh's submission set. That's kind of a shame. I like this. See, Josh, and Jeffrey, if you had released this before CCLP5 submissions closed, I could have convinced you to put this in. Oh well. This corner thing, like with the color coding, kind of reminds me a little bit of, I forget the name of it, but it's the level that Indy Indeed had made for the Walls of Tiny in his own Walls of CCLP1 set. That was a level I feel like I wasted in my own set. I kind of made like a really tight dodging level out of that layout, and it ended up not being all that interesting at the end of the day. I think I thought it was more interesting than it actually was, just because I was kind of proud of the mechanism involved. Alright, so that was Solestico Forest. Alright, locked box without a key. Okay, I think this is the level that Jeffrey made based on, was it 7x7, I think, from Josh had said. I remember seeing this in his CCLP5 submissions, so let me see. Okay, so it's going around that way. That makes sense. Alright, so we have a bunch of blinking walls. Let's go... Oh, apparently not through there. How are you supposed to do this in links? Oh, here, I go through that. Okay. Okay, I don't get the whole toggle wall thing. But we do have a blue key now, which is exciting. Oh. Oh, we're in the 7s. Oh, that's cool. Oh, less cool is this invisible wall that's just cramping my style here. Oh, we got a red key now, so let's check this out. And a yellow one. Okay, so that was actually a lot simpler than I was expecting. And now we get to the other side of that. And now we can exit. That was genuinely really fun. If you've been around my Let's Plays for a while, you know that I like these kinds of puzzles that involve an element of exploration. And this one is certainly one of those. I think it works really well, and I like the way it unravels, and you feel satisfied each time you go into a new room. Alright, Fragmented Lamina. Okay, so this level, I do know about this one, because this was in Josh's submission set, and this is one of the 15 that he made out of a non-UC6 layout. I think this was based on Honeycomb from Ultimate Chip 3, I think? I could be wrong on that. Alright, I'm just going to look around here to see what we're dealing with. I don't know what that trap button is ultimately going to do. Oh, I guess it's for that. Okay. So I have a fire boots. Can I do anything with fire boots, though? Okay, something blew up. I don't know what. Yeah, what is going on here? And what's the purpose of... Okay, so putting the ball there doesn't actually do anything. Oh, here we go. Something happened here. I guess the tanks. Switching the tanks did that. And I see I can take a block back with me, which I have to assume is useful, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so now I can go through there, which is really exciting. But I kind of also want to switch up the button here too, so let's do that. There we go. Alright, so now I have this as well. I kind of want to check that out, this here, before going through the thief area there. Okay. So this is going to be a bit of a mess. Let me take care of this first. There we go. I just want to make sure we do that before touching any of this, so I feel like just based on our observation from earlier, this is a good idea, and I think I'm right about that. Alright, so I need to get a red key first, and I'm suspecting that it's over here somewhere. Yeah. Let's go ahead and take care of this first. Alright. This is a really well-designed level. So fun fact, this level actually inspired me to make something with a very similar concept as far as like a design limitation that wasn't just something that was a walls of thing. I made a level called, it was originally called Be There or Be Square, until I realized that that was the name of something that was in this set, which we'll talk about when we get to it. And, oh, wait a minute, was I supposed to... No, the green key there is a red herring. Ooh, that's cool. Well played, Josh, I like that. But yeah, I eventually renamed it Let's Square This Away for my CCLP 5 submission set. But the concept behind it was that there were like little rooms of 2x2 squares, and each of them, for the most part, not all of them, but mostly had a checkerboard kind of pattern going on. And I was heavily inspired by this level. Even though I had never played it, I just saw it in the editor, so... It was more of like a form thing than a function thing, but I think it turned out pretty well. And I liked this one too, that was genuinely fun. Alright, High Fidelity Flame. So far I'm noticing that the order of the levels has gone through... Okay, let me start that over, because I'm pretty sure that's a cook. I've noticed that the order of the levels has been alternating between Josh and Jeffrey. So first was Jeffrey, then Josh, then Jeffrey, then Josh. And I believe this is Jeffrey. Because this layout is... Well, it's Pixelated Fire's layout, but in the context of this set, it's, I think, Blinker Chasm was the level Josh made in Josh L7 based on this layout. Was that made before CCLP4? I think it was. Okay, I want to study this here to see what it is we're dealing with. Okay, we're dealing with that. There we go. Alright, so now we have a very interesting recessed wall thing going on here. Okay, we're going to have to map this out. This is interesting. So I definitely need to do that if I'm going to go through there first. That may or may not even be correct. Okay, let's go ahead and just do that. Hopefully that's right. Okay, I think I see how you do this. You got to go through there. Then you just got to do that. Then you got to go back through there. And then through there. That is a really cool room. I love that room. Okay. I'm seeing some danger zones here, so let's be careful. Okay, this is less terrifying, but we'll go through it. Okay, what exactly are we doing here? That's my question. I'm going to go and push this one because this is stuck on the bottom row, whereas those two up there aren't. So in links, that would just go to the right. I'm going to guess that that's completely pointless, so we'll just go ahead and exit. And we're done. Perfect. All right. Have we died on any levels so far? Let me see here. I don't think we have. I think we're 5 for 5 with no deaths so far. I've probably jinxed it, but let's see what we have next. Magenta Skyline. Okay, this is an interesting maze. I'm going to guess this is a Josh level. What is this level? I don't think this was in his submission set. I do not recall this. So this would have been... This would have been a Jeffrey, a UC6 level. Is this that level with the walkers? What was it called? Crazy Box or whatever? I'm trying to remember the layout of that. I think it is. I want to say that it had this... Like, it was a square, and it also had these little rooms, right? And then it had these points here. How do you get in there? Can you get in there? Yeah, here we go. I just missed it. Yeah, I think this is Crazy Box. Because there's this big old room here with thin walls, that, or it's been filled up with thin walls. That's going to be my guess. Hopefully it's correct. I can't think of another level this could be. See, I can kind of see why this wasn't in his submission set, but I do like the concept a lot. Okay, so we can exit, which is good news. We made it! Alright. We did not jinx it. Yet, at least. Alright, moving on to After Dark. Okay, this one I recall vaguely. I think this is... Let me check. Yeah, this is Tesla Foil. I remember this little corridor from the original. Alright, we need to see what we're dealing with. Is this like a perfectly symmetrical level where you... Okay, obviously we're going to have to get rid of those monsters here, and that was a little terrifying, but we can work with it. Alright, off you go. And I'm going to assume that we need to use the same block for the other one. Let's give that a shot. Also, what's up here? Okay, this is mildly intimidating. Well, our first death had to happen somewhere, right? Okay, I'm seeing what's up there. I see two... Okay, I see. You have to get one of them destroyed, and then you can use the monster on the other one. It kind of reminds me a little bit of, like, Paramecia Palace. Maybe not exactly, but sort of similar to that. Okay, I want to do this room. Well, that time I stayed put when I shouldn't have. Alright. We'll figure this out. I'm sure it's not as bad as I'm thinking. I'm kind of just psyching myself out. But that's on me. It's amazing how quickly this can go when you're not having to restart all the time. Okay, there we go. So I can get out through there. There we go. Okay, now it's in a stable pattern. Whew, okay, hopefully there's not something quite as harrowing on this side. We'll see, though. Okay, it's just tanks. I feel like tanks are more manageable just because they follow more of a... where the starting movement is a little bit more predictable. Maybe that's just me, though. Alright, so I'm assuming we're going to use that for the exit. So let's just leave it there. And we'll get these. Yeah, this kind of reminds me a lot of Paramecia Palace from the CCLP1. Okay. That wasn't my favorite, but I liked how it worked. I thought it was pretty cool. Alright, so I think that level broke the pattern, right? Because the last level was Josh's, so this would have been Josh's because Tesla Foil was one of... or Tesla Coil? Was it Tesla Foil or Coil? I think it was Foil. That was in Jeffrey's UC6. Alright, Obscurus. Okay, what do we have going on here? I'm going to have to assume that there's stuff under these blocks. Ah, okay. And that assumption is correct. Okay, so this is going to be interesting because we're going to be forced here to push these in some way in order to find what we need. So we got a red key from that. I'm also wondering if we need these. Oh, we got another red key apparently. Okay, so we can... We're done with this area, so now we can move on to the next section. There are no hidden items in this corner. Okay, so that's good to know. So I see we have a yellow key just straight up. So that's interesting. I'm going to assume that getting this yellow key is not going to be easy. Or maybe it is. There we go. Okay, I see we have a blue. So this corner, I'm assuming, will have hidden stuff. So let's go ahead and get to it. So I can't really break through anything there, but I can work on this. I'm just realizing I might have painted myself in a corner, but I don't think so. Ah, there we go. Okay, so now I have a red key and a blue key. What can we do with that? Let's check out there. Oh, that's right, we have a blue corner over here. Forgot about that. I'm just going to go and open that. I was saving the keys just in case we needed them for something, but I'm convinced at this point that there's no harm in doing what I just did. Yellow key. So this is interesting. normally I'm not a fan of hidden things under blocks, but I feel like this level is specifically designed to try to make that interesting in some way by effectively spelling out for you that there are things hidden under blocks. Like, that is the entire conceit of this level. And one way or another, you are going to have to work with that. And I think because it's spelled out, it works. I think that's kind of what makes this interesting. Okay, so now we have access to everything, chip-wise. So at this point, is it safe to assume that we just need to build a bridge maybe to the end or something? I'm trying to see where we might be able to initiate such a thing, if we can. Hopefully I didn't screw this up for good. I guess the level has been kind of hinting at this. So I believe this is another Jeffrey creation, and I think this is the very first Josh L. 7 level, what, Locksmith or whatever that was called. I could be misremembering that title. Alright, I'm going to go there. Okay, can I get another one out? Yeah, here we go. Oh no, I can't actually push things into here. Crap, okay. Maybe that's what this is all about. Of course, we have all these sockets. Wait, the sockets! I can do that. I'm silly. I was seeing all the sockets still as obstacles when you don't even need to do that. Okay, so one of these has got to have an exit, right? I'm assuming in keeping with the theme of the level. There we go. There we are. That was a really fun idea. I liked that. So I haven't mentioned CCLP 5 ratings or anything here because I don't really want to make this Let's Play about that, even though the timing of its recording is going to very heavily coincide with CCLP 5. But this is one of those levels that, on concept alone, I would probably rate fairly highly, at least a 4. Just because it tries to do something that typically can be an annoyance in a level, but because it makes the level about that, it's just a lot more interesting. Okay, Weathering Heights. Okay, this is not one I'm familiar with. But based on what I'm seeing here, I have a pretty good idea of what this is, and I vaguely remember seeing this in the trailer for this set. I think this is a Josh level, and it is the layout of that one level called, what was it called, Snowball Mountain or something. It was from UC6. So it looks like we broke the Jeffrey streak of levels here. Okay, we already went there. Oh, there we go. That's what we were missing there. I knew we were missing something there. Okay, I need to get to the very lower rightmost corner. There we are. That's what I wanted. Okay, so we have 5 little... Here we go. 3 little alcoves left. 2, 1, 0. There we go. Okay, so where do we go for the exit stuff? I saw a bunch of doors. Oh, wait, there it is. I bet there's keys under these. Yeah. That's a clever way to use the layout again. You just have to go to all the corners. And then we get fire boots for the ending. Okay, go down. I keep going there, even though that's not where you go for that corner. Let's try that again. I think you have to start in a higher place. Or maybe not that high. Not that high. You have to go, like, here. There we go. That's how you do it. Whoops. I didn't quite go as far as I needed to. Come on. Do I have to go all the way around this way? I think I do. Yeah, this is not one I'm familiar with in terms of submission set material. Because I've been pouring through the CCLB5 submissions, so I'm familiar with some of these levels on a very cursory basis. I've tried not to look at them too hard as far as like puzzles and whatnot. But I'm kind of sad that this also wasn't in Josh's submissions. I thought this was a nice, very simple force floor maze. Redirect. Redirect. Okay. I'm going to assume we do not want to step on these. Okay, what could this be? Oh, so don't get caught in the middle, is what I'm getting out of that. Gotcha. Oh, wait. Hang on. Do I need to collect this first and then go around? I think I do. Ah. Okay, so I don't recognize this layout at all. Is this one of the UC1 or UC2 layouts that Josh had to use? Because I'm wondering if it is. Because this looks like it would have come from one of those sets. In fact, I have a sneaking suspicion about something here. I'm wondering... Okay. Ah, I got distracted. I shouldn't have... Whoops. I should not have done that. I was wondering if maybe the level was not centered. Like, maybe up here if I could tell that it was... off-center where that was the top of the level. And the frame would skew more toward the top there. But that wasn't the case. Because I know some of Jeffrey's UC1 layouts had that. I shouldn't have waited there. Why did I wait there? But yeah, I'm... Wait, no. I know what level this is. It's not... I don't think this is a UC... I keep getting caught in that. It's not one of the old sets. No, if this is what I'm thinking it is, this is actually a Jeffrey level. This is that one Josh layout that was like the block slidey level. It was the... I forget how you pronounce the name, but it's the scientific name for a brain freeze. I know that that's what it was. It starts with like SP or something. Like I forget the exact name, but it's that phenomenon. Whoa! I made a huge boo-boo there. I made a boo-boo, yeah. If you know what that's from, 5 points to you. Yeah, I think that's what this is. See, normally I associate this kind of maze with Josh, so that's why I thought it was him at first, but if this is Jeffrey, then that's kind of... Oh, I forgot to grab the key. Well, you know what? I'll take this as practice for going through that little trap there. Okay, wait there. Okay, now we got to go all the way back. I might as well have restarted, but I wanted to try to see if I could get some practice in. Yeah. I knew I shouldn't have been that reckless, but I did anyway. Imagine this being the level that gives us the most trouble in the first part of the set. It's so simple, but yet we're having a lot of issues with it. Okay. I just need to pay attention. Maybe if I stop talking, it will be better. Okay, there we go. Yay! Okay. We made it. Cool. I think that's what that level is, because I think the area with the keys was like where the block cloner was, or the doors, sorry, the area with the doors was where the block cloner was. So I think that's where this layout came from, but I could be wrong. All right, the vault. Do we have time for one more? We're kind of almost at 40 minutes, but You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. The vault. Okay, what is this? This feels vaguely familiar. Oh, I know what this is. This is a Jeffrey level, and it is that... Oh, wait. I probably screwed that up, because now I'm realizing I shouldn't be collecting stuff, right? Oh, no. I think I'm fine. Am I fine? I just need to go there, and then... I think I'm okay. I'm just seeing here if there's something I've missed, but I think this is all I need. Okay, so the question here is... Okay, I got sidetracked. I need to go back to talking about what level this is. This is that prison break level from... or prison... Was it prison break or prison... No, prison lane was the level from Walls of CCL before. I remember they had very similar titles. Okay, so what are we accomplishing here? Are we just trying to, like... Are we trying to get the block across here so that whatever fireball clones, or from that, we can go through here and do stuff? Is that what's going on? So I'm trying to see how that's manageable. I mean, I see how you can do it, but like... So here's my issue. This ice tile right here... Oh, I see how you do it. I'm being silly. You can just maneuver the block around. There we go. Oh. Except that's a problem. Yeah. So maybe the idea with this one is that you're supposed to, like, get the clone machine going, and then grab the block, then push it up, so that way it perpetuates. Is that the way you do it? Because obviously I need to get this out. Question though is, where's this used? I see a little thing there for tanks, which is interesting. So is the idea here that we're supposed to, like, send a fireball into that tank area? Because in that case, how in the world are you supposed to, like... How are you supposed to get the fireball to hold down the trap buttons first? Okay, well this is definitely a Jeffrey level, considering it's based on a Josh layout. Okay. Just trying to figure out what I'm missing with this one. I don't think there's any advantage. Oh, I can prevent... I'm being really silly right now. I can prevent this from going further by just not removing that. Derp. Okay. Alright, so now we can do... So, let me make sure I'm understanding this properly. If I push both of these in, then the fireball will be self-sustaining, right? Like, it'll go here. Why did I do that? I thought I had boots. For some reason, I thought I had fire boots on. But evidently not. Oh well. We'll live. It's fine. No hard feelings here. That was all on me. Okay. So... There's no real point in, like, leaving this here, so I'm just going to go ahead and push it into the drink. So once it loops around, it would just, yeah, it would just go back to the force floor. That's what I was trying to simulate there and failed epically while doing so. I still like my idea of like maneuvering the block around here to go that way. I thought I was being really clever by doing that. Alright, so that is... Oh! I could have gone outside. I wonder what's out there. I wonder if there's a secret hint out there. We will never know in this Let's Play, because we are going to move on to the 12th level. I'll do one more for this video and we'll call it a day. How does that sound? 0.0. So I see that the time limit is 264. I don't know if that's got any significance or not. Is that a bold time for a level or something? This is definitely a Josh level, because I know that the original Jeffrey level was that Celsius Scramble or whatever it was called. I think that was the name of it. So this is interesting. It's a strange maze where all the obstacles can be seen, which is a really interesting concept, where you kind of have to look ahead before you leap, so to speak. Let's take a look here. If we can figure out... I thought I was one space ahead there, but evidently not. I already said that this Let's Play. You only get one evidently not per Let's Play from now on. That's the rule. Alright. There... Do that, go through that. Okay, so now I can check this out. So I like the fact that this is opened here. That's a nice touch. I like that this was still a maze to some degree. I mean, the original was kind of more of an item swapper, I guess. If I remember correctly. I mean, it had some puzzle elements in it, but I like how this kind of simplifies things in some way. And the aesthetic of the level is not bad either. How do I get to that top teleport? Yeah, here it is, right here. That's what I wanted. I think that's the only teleport in the whole level, so we should be set as far as being transported to another location. The other thing I'm wondering about this set that we haven't talked about yet, but something I mentioned earlier kind of brought this to mind, is that the level set ultimately has 150 levels. And it kind of makes me wonder, wait, there's 3 chips here. Can we get to all of them or not? Anyway, it kind of makes me wonder if Josh and Jeffrey intend to follow any kind of standard CC convention in terms of escalating the... okay, I think I see what I missed. There's another path from that teleport. Escalating the difficulty spikes in certain spots, like level 81 or 131 for totally unfair and all that stuff. I know that's been done traditionally in a lot of sets, but this is not what most people would call a traditional set, so... I don't know. It's going to be interesting, because the final 5 levels are going to include an extra one, so is there going to be like a big peak at 144, and a really tough level at 147, and, you know, a capstone level at 149, or is that saved for 150? Who knows? I haven't looked in the editor, like I said, so I don't really know what it's going to be like. So anyway, I'm going to go and stop right there for now. Next time, we're going to continue with an untimed level known as Blaster Ports. But until then, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. So take care, and I will see you then.